As early travelers and explorers looked to the constellations as a form of navigation, by observing the position of the stars in the sky, they can find bearings in unfamiliar waters and navigate strange seas. So sometimes we actually do look to the stars, hoping that one day they would all align. According to believers, the 9 emperor gods, or 九皇爷 or 九皇大帝, were the sons who manifested from the father emperor. His name is 周父斗, Fu Yuanjun, as well as the mother of the Big Dipper, and she's known as 窦母 Yuanjun. So both parents are said to be the registrars of life and death, formed by 9 stars, the suns, and of which 7 makes up the Big Dipper, and these 7 are visible, and there's 2 invisible stars, and there's all 9 of them. They actually form then the emperor gods, or the 九皇爷, 九皇大帝, and they're considered high-ranking stars, presiding over the movement of the planets, while arranging life and death issues for mere mortals. So another version of the origins of the 9 emperor gods, so 九皇爷, 九皇大帝, may be traced back to the 9 human sovereigns of Chinese tradition, to the historical events of the Han and Ming dynasties, and the circumstances of the influx of Chinese immigration into Southeast Asia. The myth of the 9 emperor gods is enacted in a body of rituals, the significance of which is reflected in the very symbolic representations of the gods. So myth, ritual, and symbol are thus ideologically interrelated to form a structure framework for the interaction of the yin-yang forces at different levels of the cosmic representations featured in the 九皇爷, 九皇大帝festival, which is celebrated in the 9th lunar month, or the 9th lunar calendar, and it's on the first day all the way to the 10th day. So it's 9 days worth of huge celebrations, and so there'll be lots of interactions of yin-yang forces. And the festival provides a venue for the yearly renewal of this strong cosmic power, so that human life may be rejuvenated and human conflicts will then be resolved. So in the huge, towers pantheon of gods, there are various types of spirits with different levels of strength and power. But 窦母 Yuanjun, which is the the heavenly mother, or the queen mother of these 9 heavenly emperor gods, is actually known to yield exceptional power as a strong water spirit, and then it's therefore she was given authority over the seas, the water, the ocean, rivers and lakes. So it's no wonder the gods had to be fetched and sent off from their place of origin, which is a body of water, river, ocean, sea or lake. So, there's lots of, preparations to go to with this 九皇爷 or 九皇大帝 festival that will spend over 9 days in the 9th lunar month, which is the 9th month in the Chinese calendar. So, you know, in layman terms for us will be October. It starts from the 1st day to the 10th day during that period in October. And obviously every year the dates will change because their lunar calendar is calculated quite differently. So the night of the receiving, or the first night, we actually welcome the 9 emperor gods to the mortal world, and this act is called QiShaoYe, and the devotees will be all dressed in white, and they're seated by the bank of water, so be it a river, or, you know, in Singapore it could be like the East Coast Park ocean, or the seabeds, just by in front of a reservoir in Singapore, to welcome the 9 sons, or the 9 emperor gods, 九皇大帝 9皇爷 sons, you know, so they are the sons of Domu, which is the Queen of Heaven. So it's not about an event that will be easily understood, and anyone who knew very little about the festival would probably be skeptical, you know, and it's like a little bit weird seeing a group of, you know, people by the river or beach, you know, like in Singapore, staying at some, you know, Kranji Reservoir or East Coast Park, chanting away in the middle of the night with lots of rackets, like, you know, like with lights and lanterns being lit, lion dance, dragon dance, gongs and cymbals, and, you know, the works. So it will be a little bit weird, you know, to see what's that group of people. I'm not talking about, you know, a handful of 5 to 10 people. We'd be spanning from hundreds to thousands chanting in the middle of the night by, you know, a body of water. So to mark the end of the festival, or the sending off part of the festival, paper boats, these are huge structures made of, you know, wood and paper mache. They're all set alight along, you know, with the wishes and sentiments of the worshippers.
Nice 啦！喝了没？喝了，进点了。谢了。那你没有呢？还没有完啊！你不要去到彼得嘞，彼得讲讲，你看。练，我无长人，我无从了紧嘞。OK。做点个比超诶。
And these worshippers, you know, previously prior to celebrating this 九皇爷 or 九皇大帝 festival, they would already have been cleansing themselves by eating vegetarian. Some of them, you know, for a couple of months prior to this festival, and also abstaining from all the worldly pleasures. So, you know, the paper boats were then set alight, and they're bearing the wishes and sentiments of these, you know, devoted worshippers. So just like the ardent flames of the, you know, the 九皇爷 or 九皇大帝festivals, as the 9 emperor God's festival has brought exuberance to the shores of Singapore, and all devotees of the festival will continue to venerate in all its rituals the gods and their insurgents to the human world.